Hello, amazing people. How are you guys doing today? I'm so glad to be your midst after a very, very long time. I really want to apologize, for being away for quite some time now. But the good thing is I'm back now and I'm ready for you guys once again with the beautiful stories that are coming out of the shores of Nigeria. Okay, so today we have a story that has to do with Queen May Edochie and her estranged lawyer. So I'm going to just go straight to the story of the day. This is a tale of trust betrayed, where a lawyer who once called himself a guardian of process, becomes the loudest accuser outside the courtroom. Listen closely, my people, because when the lawyer loses his oath, everyone loses faith altogether. Emeka Ogunye and Queen May, how a fight meant to be fought inside courtrooms turned into a full-scale public spectacle. Because that is what we are getting left, right, center, everywhere right now. It began as many high-profile legal relationship began, with a client seeking help and a lawyer offering a voice. Emeka's due process advocate, a DPA, also known as DPA, like I said, took up May Edochie's marital matter and the divorce processes, right? And for months, he acted as a public defender of her cause, advising and amplifying her plight to a nation watching. Then in July, yes, in July precisely, the law firm publicly announced it would stop representing Queen May, citing several harassment of his staffs, and a toxic environment from some supporters of Queen May, otherwise known as the May Nation. That withdrawal, however framed, was the first fissure and it set the stage for what has now followed. What happened next was a textbook escalations, in my opinion. Instead of staying quiet, as expected from someone from a legal background, Emeka went public and he went ballistic and very, very loud. He began posting private chats, leaked messages, long social media threads, and even set up, he had a set of 100 questions, whatever that means, aimed directly at Queen May. He accused her of running a personality movement, he described as the May Nation. I'm sure a lot of you know about the May Nation. They are just a group of enthusiastic supporters, of Queen May. Don't forget that, the way and manner she left that marriage. I mean, didn't sit well with a lot of Nigerians and her fans. And ostensibly, they came together to set up the main nation, to fight her cause, on her behalf. Okay, so it's not like she directly opened this group. It is fans, on their own volition, putting this together for themselves to serve as a voice for her because she was the victim in the whole thing. And Emeka painted that group as a corrupt, cult-like set of people. Don't forget that a lot of people have labeled them with all manners of name in the past. Okay, but the good thing that I know about this main nation is that they don't come for you except you come for them. Okay, if you comfort them, they will unleash their mayhem on you. Okay, so if you stay on your lane, they stay on their lane. If you comfort them, it is like if you do anyhow, you see anyhow. That's how they operate. Okay, those are not small whispers. They are public allegations posted, for millions to read on the social media. So this is what the claim of Emeka was. Okay, and the tone was not legal either. It's not like in saying most of the things he has been saying online. It doesn't mean they don't smack of any legal argument. Instead, what you see is something that smacks of personal vendetta wrapped in bitterness. Okay? For those of you who are very discerning, each time you listen to what he posts out there, the smack of personal vendetta. No matter how he tried to twist it. Okay? Then came the legal counterpunch. that maybe he wasn't expecting. May's team issued a cease and desist and legal notices demanding retractions and compensation. Emeka replied, of course, now, I'm sure you guys know now that this guy, I don't understand how he does his own practice. You know, it's like I don't know. So, as usual, Emeka replied publicly again, instead of following the legal route, as is expected of a lawyer, he went through the public route again, calling the correspondence confusing, issuing ultimatums, and effectively daring Queen May to sue her within a week. The back and forth moved further from legal strategy into public spectacle. Private documents, angry posts, and a cycle of persecution narratives, flowed here and there. What should have been resolved by judges turned into gossip for timelines. To understand why many Nigerians now watch this with sharpened eyebrows, we must look at the man behind the posts. Yes, we must look at this man. Emeka Ogwoye is no stranger to controversy, for those of you who may not know him very well. His name has been tied to professional disciplinary actions in the past, and court records show he was disbarred in the US following the misconduct findings. Yes, so this man has been disbarred in faraway US some years ago because of misconduct. So this is not the first time. That shadow still follows him into every public fight and is raised by critics each time he speaks. Yes, you heard me well. Each time this man speaks, a lot of people who are conversant with the disbarment in faraway US, they are quick to point to that fact because he was disbarred for unprofessional conduct, just like what he's doing again. Okay, so it matters because when a person already sanctioned for misconduct keeps spilling client secrets on Facebook, the public wonders, has he learned anything at all? And me, I'm asking through this my voice right now that look, perhaps we need to ask Emeka Ogwoye at this moment, has he learned any lessons from his past disbarment, from professional conduct? Because that is exactly what he's doing right now. A client comes to you in confidence, tells you, has a conversation with you, and somewhere along the line there are issues, and you rush to the social media to spill everything. That is very, very unethical. And it doesn't speak well of someone, that has a legal background at all. Because that is all what Emeka wants. Yeah, let's even leave the legal background, aside. For God's sake, this is a man. If I look at this picture very well, I think this man should be in his late 50s, if I'm not mistaken, or early 60s. No, he's a man. And for a man of that age bracket, even if he doesn't have a legal background, he shouldn't be talking anyhow. He's a man, he's not a woman. For God's sake. And forgive me, this is not to say I'm accusing women of too much talking, but I'm just saying that look, men are not known for this plenty talk. Okay? So, and it appears that Emeka Ogwoye hasn't learned from his past disbandment in faraway US. Add to that recent defamation judgment. There was a recent defamation judgment, right? The Court of Appeal described a disturbing pattern where Emeka Ogwoye abandoned courtroom for social media battles. Can you imagine this? This is an appeal court that is saying this about this same man. They say he abandons, courtrooms for social media battles because that is what he's doing. So let me just say exactly what the appeal court said. He said the Court of Appeal described a disturbing pattern where Emeka Ogwoye abandoned courtroom for social media battles, preferring campaigns and noise to evidence and law. In other words, social media blackmail is no substitute for proper legal defense. Because he's supposed to be going to the court to answer, in the courtroom and not to come to social media. No serious lawyer does that. Okay? No serious lawyer does that. The record is important. It makes today's behavior look less like an incident, like maybe an accident, and more like a competition, a repetition. So this man obviously hasn't learned anything from his past mistakes. So why does he keep doing it? You want to know? The pattern suggests this. The relationship with May collapsed. He felt slighted, and instead of buying out with dignity, he chose to fight on Instagram and Facebook. He posts receipts, leaks chats, throws accusations, and gets the engagement he craves. That attention may feel like power to him, right? But it comes at a dangerous cost to him as well. Every reckless post reminds people of his disbandment in faraway US, his defamation loss, his professional fall. Rather than rebuild, he digs deeper into the same pit. And I tell you, this pit is going to just continue to go deeper and deeper if he's not going to keep his mouth shut. And here is the red line. A lawyer's oath binds him to keep clients' confidences. Advocacy in public may sometimes be necessary, but exposing private conversation, questioning a grieving mother's integrity, and using the death of her child as a talking point is not advocacy. It is cruelty. And that is exactly what a man of that age, a man of legal living is doing. It is unprofessional. It is the height of unprofessionalism. And not just unprofessionalism, it is complete betrayal of trust. Let's ask, what are the consequences for Emeka and Ngoye? What are the consequences for the law and even for Queen May at this juncture? I'm going to start this way. For Emeka Ngoye, he risked more lawsuits the way he's going. Already branded by courts as reckless in past cases, continuing this road, means more judgment, more damages, and a reputation beyond repair. That is what is going to sink into if he continues in this ugly trajectory of his. His credibility as a lawyer is already punctured. Yes, he may not know this. He may not know this, but I tell you, people around him already knows that his credibility as a lawyer has been heavily punctured right now. Each fresh outburst makes it bleed even more. Yes. And what are the implications for the legal profession? Every time a lawyer turns client secret into Facebook folder, the public trust, dies a little. Courts are meant for justice, not gossip. When lawyers act like clout chasers, the bar itself looks weaker. The dignity of the law is chipped away one leak at a time. And what are the implications for Queen May? She emerges as the calm one. Yes, because in all of these tantrums, in all of these fooling around, condescending by Emeka Ngoye, Queen May has remained very, very calm. Her team issued a formal letter, not endless posts. She didn't go about posting or replying even one single post. Instead, her team sent a formal letter, exactly the way it should be done. She kept her dignity, even as insult flew her way. Yes, she has critics, obviously, but her silence and focus on proper legal channels position her as the composed figure between these two people, a mother, a survivor, and a woman who has chosen dignity over drama. Her pain is real, but she refuses to weaponize it. Yes, that contrast is powerful. Where Emeka is noisy, May is quiet. Where Emeka is bitter, May is calm. Where he exposes, Queen May preserves. Haven't you seen the difference? The lessons are also very clear, my people. To the lawyers, never mistake gossip for justice. To the clients, always choose representation with clean records and insist on confidentiality. That is, if you need to make them sign an oath of confidentiality or whatever, please go ahead and do it. To the public, Yes, to every one of us listening to the sound of my voice at this time, don't confuse screenshots with truth. Gossip is fast, but law is slow. Two proverbs, adequately, wrap up this whole thing. Empty vessels make the most noise, and he who digs a pit for another often falls into it. The loudest posts are often hollow, and those who build storms for others eventually drown in their own flood. And let me just end by saying this, my people. I want you guys to watch how this trends or how this ends. Will the law quiet the noise, or will the noise drown the law? If justice matters to you as you listen to the sound of my voice today, please share, please like, and let's keep the conversation civil but sharp. And with this, I want to just end it right here, and I'll be right back. God bless you. Bye bye.